They are not playing. They are not playing. But they were close, too. Like, they were so close to solving it. They were pretty close. Not vampires, but, like, I mean, they were actually pretty close to solving the case. Who knows? They might actually solve it before anyone else. Not like some teenager, but like an actual podcast person might solve it. But anyways, let's get back into it.
Welcome to Bizarre Yet Bonafide, the podcast of the paranormal.
Welcome, friends, to another episode of Bizarre Yet Bonafide with me, Grace.
Now, Grace, that's no way to welcome our listeners back into the fold. Grace? Okay, for those of you wondering why you've tuned into Sourpuss Radio, I'm delighted to tell you that there has been an update on the infamous missing dead body case.
Okay, fine, but just so you know...
She's back, everyone!
Just so you know, I am absolutely not done with it. I've got my thoughts and my theories and a pretty promising lead, actually.
No way, you're not getting off that easily. Let's tie up this delicious little loose end, shall we? What happened with the body and the kid who saw it? Oh, and which handsome co-host was it who reminded you a few weeks back about the boy who cried wolf?
Okay, fine. The kid cried wolf. Big whoop.
A tale as old as time.
Apparently, he made it all up to scare his girlfriend.
Now, I'm no expert on charming the ladies.
Obvious. Continue.
But I don't think freaking the hell out of your date is the best way to win their heart.
True. But it does lead on quite nicely to my next theory.
Oh yeah? Enlighten me.
Men are shitheads.
I mean, sadly, yeah.
And the women those shitheads scorn, they're pretty fucked up.
Listen up, guys. Quit scorning. Knock it off.
Because the truth of the matter, Anton, is that even though there was no body, it doesn't take away the fact that these hikers did go missing. This one here, Anne Radcliffe, she's out there somewhere, alive or dead.
I mean, how do we even know they were in those specific woods in the first place? It's such a vast area. It could be totally unrelated to anything.
No, Anton. It's ghosts.
You really are relentlessly stubborn, aren't you?
It's no secret how many people go inexplicably missing in North America, and a great deal of missing persons cases leave behind no trail whatsoever. And what else leaves no trail? Ghosts. Because they float and glide through stuff.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
You're being nice. Why?
I'm trying to not be a shithead so you don't come back as a ghost and haunt me.
Wait, who the hell says I'm dying before you?
I've seen how you live. You had peanut butter pops for lunch. Weren't they discontinued ages ago? I guess you just went ahead and ignored the expiration date?
Yeah. But nuts are good for you. And everyone knows stuff in the freezer doesn't go bad.
You kept them in the freezer?
No, Anton. I found them in the freezer when I moved in.
You're disgusting.
Anton, if I said to you, famous ghost stories, what would you think of?
Copyright infringement lawsuit?
Wrong! Here, read this.
Oh, sorry. This one? Right. Well, Grace, I'd think of the hitchhiking hag or the white lady, of course.
Interesting, Anton. Tell me more.
Different variations of these famous ghost stories are told all over the world.
Wow. So it sounds to me like there is a specific type of ghost that manifests in different ways to different people. Funnily enough, I've been doing some research on this.
Which means you typed it into the internet and are about to quote the first webpage result.
Dude, what happened to being nice?
I didn't say I would be nice, I just said I wouldn't be a shithead.
Well, you're on thin ice, pal.
Sorry, continue.
So, this research told me that often these stories are about vengeful female spirits called things like the White Lady of something or the Hag of somewhere, all seemingly related to women being scorned, ranging from spousal abuse to vows being broken, their loved ones taken from them, that kind of gnarly stuff.
Very gnarly, yeah.
One story in particular tells of a man so concerned that his wife might cheat on him while he was at war, he locked her in the basement. Didn't think about the possibility he might croak it, did he? He died on the battlefield, and she wasted away to nothing in the dark. Her ghost still remains, wandering our plane, and it said that when she approaches, her hollow Desperate groans ring in your ears, and you are struck with this sudden pang of intense hunger, an echo of the pain she was left to suffer. People think the starvation killed her, but no, quite the opposite. She was so hungry, trapped down there, that she resorted to eating her own flesh, ripping skin and sinew from bone, draining blood from vein as she tore herself apart. They say her hunger is what left her lingering in our world, the hunger for revenge.
Holy shit.
Exactly. So because of the way she was treated, the White Lady, or the Hag, generally punishes bad behavior like infidelity, abandonment, greed, and murder, and rewards things like faithfulness and commitment to family.
All right, so basically, for good reason, she's hangry, super hangry, and mangled too, given the whole ingesting her own flesh thing.
Yeah, it's lucky she wasn't a vegan like me.
You took a bite of my bacon cheeseburger yesterday.
You said it was free range.
You're vaguely vegan at best.
A vegan, yeah. But right now, I'm hungry for answers. My theory is that these are specific types of spirit, not one particular ghost. You'll see loads of different stories about the White Lady, the Hag, the Wretched Woman, whatever you want to call them. Vengeful spirits cursed to linger in our world due to some wrongdoing that befell them.
So going back to the hitchhiker, was she wronged in some way too?
Yep. She drowned herself after her husband left her for another woman. So she's often seen drenched to the skin, seawater dripping from her mouth, overflowing from her constantly waterlogged lungs. Her once glowing face, dull and bloated. Her once songbird voice, gargling the discordant cries of her now sodden vocal cords.
Okay, you're way too good at this.
It's the whole unfinished business thing. Cliche, I know, but these spirits are doomed to wander our mortal coil, seeking vengeance or closure on something or someone that wronged them.
So what does that mean for our fake dead body and missing hikers?
I hear rumors that there have been recent sightings of a White Lady, or Hag, in none other than dun-dun-dun, Hackett Woods. Yes, which is near where those guys were last seen.
A scary thought, albeit absolute nonsense.
Joke all you want. We have a deal, remember? I present you with evidence and you admit that the paranormal is real. I just have a bit more research to do, something more hands-on. And then, oh, Anton, I hope you've got ice cream in the freezer because you're going to need a big old scoop to go with your humble pie.
Oh man. Okay. Go ghost hunting all you want, but I think we should draw a line under these missing hikers. We don't even know for sure they were in Hackett Woods, and I'm betting they turn up eventually.
Oh, don't worry. I'm in full ghost mode now.
Just don't do anything dangerous, all right?
Aw, I didn't think you cared.
I like you enough that I don't want you to get murdered in the woods.
Well, that's it for today, folks. Join me next episode for something a little different.
Seriously, what are you gonna do?
Don't worry your pretty little head about it. Catch you on the flip side, bizarros.
They are interesting. Very interesting.
Welcome to Bizarre Yet Bonafide, the podcast of the paranormal.
What the hell? Where's Grace? Oh, okay. There we go. There we go.
Huh. There's nobody at the check-in desk. Okay. Here I am at the Harbinger Motel. Yep, that's its real name. To investigate Hackett Woods. I think I actually went past the woods on my way here, and I can totally believe it's haunted. Those trees are creepy AF. Which is great because I'm here to find some hard evidence of the supernatural to show my co-host Anton the unbeliever, who you may notice is not here. Now, there may be some of you who miss his acerbic comments, so I'll do my best to give the illusion that he's still here with us. Just to be clear, he hasn't died. He's having meatloaf at his mom's, which, as a vegan or vegan, I would never partake in. Not that I was invited. Hey Grace, my name's Anton and I don't believe in anything. I don't even like this podcast, even though you're super cool and awesome at ghosts and supernatural shit, and you're actually kind of pretty, and it's kind of weird that I've never mentioned that before, even when you sometimes straighten your hair. Anton, please, I'm just like any other paranormal investigator out there, okay? Are you playing footsie with me? I think I ship us. Welcome, listeners, to Bizarre Yet Bonafide, the podcast of the paranormal, coming to you from a motel near Hackett Woods, where I'll be investigating the legend of a local haunting. But there's no such thing as ghosts, because I'm Anton, and wait a minute, didn't we prove last episode that the dead body found in Hackett Woods was a hoax? Supposedly a hoax. And maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But even without the dead body, we've still got 2 missing hikers, creepy woods, an old rickety town, and a local legend of an angry ghost. So that sounds like a recipe for mystery. I mean, there's no smoke without fire, and there's no spectral plasma without ghosts. Oh, look. Please ring for assistance. Hello? I'd like to check in, please. Anyone there? I mean, spooky abandoned motel is totally my vibe, but like, I gotta check in to stay here. Come on. Okay. So, listeners, after I get checked in, eventually, I want to get to the bottom of this ghost story. Who is this lady that haunts the woods? How did she die? What does she want? If she's a typical white lady ghost, I imagine she was murdered or... Oh, shoot, someone's coming. Okay, guys, I am officially checked in and in my room. It's pretty nice for a motel, basic, quaint, a little creepy, but like the door is not creaking and there's no flickering light bulb. The trees aren't knocking against the window with a tap, tap, tap. So yeah, room for improvement. Ooh, also, check this out. The toilet has one of those pull-down old-timey chain flushy things, so that's pretty rad. Oh my god, and I spoke to the desk clerk about ghosts, and he told me about this traveling sideshow that came here like 6 years ago or something, and it caught fire and like everyone died. Grounds for a haunting? I think so. We could even be dealing with multiple spirits here. Also, the clerk was pretty weird. He just kept staring and smiling uncomfortably, like he didn't want to talk about it, but also he kind of did. I wonder if the fire has been hushed up. Either way, first thing in the morning, I'm going full investigation mode. I've got to find something concrete to bring back to Anton. I don't know, Grace. I'm not really a reasonable person, so even if you did have evidence, I'd probably just ignore it, even though I promised not to. Also, I'm probably dragging this whole thing out because I secretly have a crush on you, and I'm just making the most of my time with you. Okay, Anton, settle down there, you big goof. Feelings mutual. All right, guys, sweet dreams. Morning, listeners. I am actually reporting to you from my very disheveled bed. I'm a very full-bodied thrashing sleeper. It's your girl Grace here, well-rested and ready for some ghost hunting. As for my night in the Harbinger Motel, it was annoyingly delightful. The bed was soft, not a peep from the floorboards. I slept like a log. I even tried to do Bloody Mary in the mirror, and honestly, I just kind of looked good. So, what's the deal? I mean, what is this motel even a harbinger of? Sweet dreams? I actually did have a really good dream. Man, I'm starving. Let me see. Oh, yes! One peanut butter pop left. Breakfast of ghost hunting champions. Pop, pop, peanut butter pops. Pop, pop, pop 'em in your mouth. Okay, so how come my brain saves space for a 15-year-old jingle, but I can't remember my social security number? I mean, way to go, Grace. I wonder if I reached out to the manufacturers, maybe they'd start making them again. You hear that, Butter Pops guys? Get off your asses and give me some free snacks. We'll give you free advertising, so it's a win-win. I just can't wait till I can hashtag add something. Hashtag spawn. That means you really made it. These really are addictive. Must be all the nutritious ingredients. Huh. No ingredient list. Mysterious. Just the way I like it. Anyway, speaking of mysteries, today I'm going to look into this fire from 6 years ago. It was on private land owned by the same family who owns the woods. But the clerk couldn't, or who wouldn't, tell me anything about them. Apparently they're like recluses, which doesn't really make sense because they also run the summer camp we mentioned in previous episodes. HACKETS Quarry Summer Camp. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. According to the flyer on the front desk, empty right now, but it'll be swimming with kids soon, I imagine. Though I can't understand why a family of hermits would want a load of teens running around their land every summer. Oh, unless they're sacrificing them to ghosts of those who died in the fire as some kind of penance or death contract. Grace, that wouldn't work because I'm Anton, and missing teenagers would definitely be investigated, and what parents would keep sending their kids to a sacrificial ghost camp? Oh, Anton, why do you always have to be so logical? I wanted to call the camp, but I have zero service out here, and the weird desk clerk pretended the landline was down. I think there's more to this family than he's letting on, so I'll be on the charm offensive tomorrow morning when I check out, see what I can squeeze out of him. But for now, I'm going to swing by the local town, and once I've found out about this fire, I'll sneak into the woods to catch a ghost in the act of doing ghostly things. You know, passing through walls, floating around with a general air of melancholy, that sort of thing. OMG. I was right. The local ghost lady legend is based on the freak show fire. They call her the Hag of HACKETS Quarry. No way! The freak show fire was made up. I'm Anton and I don't believe in anything, even fire. I spoke to a few of the older townsfolk who told me jack shit, but then I spoke to the younger ones. Grace, stop pestering children. You're going to get arrested. Stop interrupting, Anton. And they told me, actually, I'm sorry, guys, but I've got to save this for the next episode with Anton. It's such a super awesome story. I'm just pumped that I came here and actually found a lead. And whether or not this hag has anything to do with the missing hikers and the potential dead body, I don't know, but something is going on, and come sunset, I'm finding out what. Even if it takes me all night, I'm setting up a camp in the woods and catching me a hag. Hey, I'm here in Hackett Woods, in my little tent, alone. Well, the outskirts of Hackett Woods, it's a little scary. Like, I can't see anything. There's a shitload of fog, and even my own breathing is freaking me out. Jesus, it would be so annoying if I got killed by a bear right now. Oh, I bet you'd love that, wouldn't you, Anton? I kind of wish he was here. Don't tell him that, though. Hey, if I die, I'm totally coming back as a ghost and haunting him. That'd settle it once and for... What the hell? Oh my God. I swear, I just heard someone outside my tent. God, why don't I have service? Is this how people die in movies? They go to haunted woods without cell service? Alone? I don't really like this. Chill out, Grace. Ghosts aren't real. You're much more likely to be murdered by a half-starved hiker who will chop you up and feast on your bones. Thanks, Anton. That's reassuring. What was that? Did you hear that? Okay, a twig definitely just snapped right outside. Can't see shit with this flashlight. Bigfoot, is that you? I don't know if you listen to the podcast, but I've actually said some really complimentary stuff about you, like how I would actually totally have a drink with you, even if you smelled really bad. A friendly bear? Hag of Hackett's Quarry? Ah! Oh man. It's just a stupid squirrel. Wait, it could be a ghost squirrel. No, just a regular squirrel. Shoot, but these vibes, man, it's weird. My dudes, I'm telling you, there's something in these woods, and we are gonna find it eventually. Mark my words. You know what? Screw this. I'm scared. Sorry, Hag of Hackett's Quarry, wherever you are, but I'll have to make the best of what I've got. You're on your own.
Yo, she's so funny. Holy shit. Oh my god. This is too good. Why would she go there by herself? I hope Anton is in the next episode. I'm praying. Here we go. The last and final episode.
Welcome to Bizarre Yet Bonafide, the podcast of the paranormal.
Anton, what do you get if you combine a spooky forest, a traveling sideshow, and a big fire?
Is this a joke? I don't know. Arthritis?
No. What? Shut up. No. You get death, whispers in the woods, a lost baby boy, and revenge.
I don't get it.
Welcome to Bizarre Yet Bonafide, the podcast of the paranormal. I'm Grace.
And I'm Anton.
And together we strive to prove
Or disprove.
the presence of supernatural forces in real-life true crime cases.
Spoiler alert, we never will.
That's a lie, and you know it.
I am yet to be convinced that we share this world with ghouls and goblins.
And that's how it works, folks. I investigate the unknown with an open mind and a thirst for truth. And Anton is a fun sponge.
Hey.
You started it.
So where are we with this? What's next? Let's get this over with.
You could at least pretend to be interested.
No, I am. I'm super interested. Ghost in the woods. Let's do this.
Okay. This is the story of the Hag of Hackett's Quarry.
Ooh, scary. Did you come up with that?
Deep in the wilderness of upstate New York lies a town with a population in the low hundreds. A quiet place that nobody really tends to visit, mainly because it's so remote and out of the way that nobody can find it on a map. A town called North Kill.
Oh boy.
No, I swear, that's its real name. Now, the Hag of Hackett's Quarry is a myth perpetuated by the locals of North Kill about the ghostly figure of a woman who haunts the surrounding woods and quarry, crying out for her lost boy.
Why? What happened to him?
Well, here's the thing. Nobody knows. As far as records go, there was no boy.
Convenient.
Ugh, I'm trying to set the scene.
Okay, so this place, these woods, this is where those two hikers went missing, right, a while back? Has that got anything to do with this whole ghost thing?
Well, yes and no. Forget about the ghost in the woods for a minute.
Done.
Can I interest you in a blazing fire that burned the traveling show to the ground?
Toasty. I like it.
So this is where it all started, allegedly. Harem Scarum, a traveling sideshow that set up shop in Hackett Woods.
Wait, hold up. Traveling sideshows, is that still a thing?
Yeah, apparently.
And this was before the hikers went missing? They're still looking for them, right?
Yeah, still missing, but get this. There are rumors that those guys weren't hikers at all, but ghost hunters who went in search of answers and fell victim to the mercy of the Hag of Hackett's Quarry, never to be seen again.
Like us. Except for the fell victim to the mercy of the blah 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 part.
We're more like, ghost investigators?
Spectre sleuths?
Sure.
So, what happened next?
Well, according to reports from the local paper, the North Kill Gazette, some hay bales caught fire during the opening night, and that spread pretty quickly. Before they knew it, the whole place was up in smoke, including the show's leading lady and her alleged baby boy.
Baby?
Yes, honey?
Boo, you know what I mean.
It doesn't say the kid's age. The rumors floating around say that he was one of her freaks.
Can you say freaks?
Attractions? Exhibits?
Employees? Let's go with that.
Well, anyway, this woman, whatever her name was, it wasn't published, at least not that I've seen. She took a liking to this child, adopted him as her own.
But he was in the show? What was his thing?
Silas, the dog boy, according to the posters. So, like, a feral child, I guess?
That's fucked up, that she'd parade him around like that?
Yeah, and it gets more fucked up. He was thought lost in the fire, so she burned too, whilst she searched for him in the wreckage.
And was he lost in the fire?
Only her body was recovered, along with the old North Kill sheriff and some visitors. No sign of the boy.
That's fucking rad. Oh, but yeah, sucks about the whole people dying thing.
That's cold.
I'm sorry, but you're the one trying to make it about ghosts and shit.
Right. Speaking of, this is where the reports come in. People claim to hear the sound of burning trees and the pained, yearning whispers of the woman as she still to this day searches for her boy, stuck between this life and the next.
Has it ever occurred to you that it could just be a rumor made up by the landowners to scare people away from starting fires in their woods?
Sure, but that's why they have private property signs. There's a summer camp nearby, so I doubt they'd want to scare the kids too bad.
I don't know. That's kind of what summer camp is for, right?
I don't know. I never went.
You never went to camp?
No, my mom thought it'd be better if I spent my summers working so I could get some good experience and land a successful career.
Like presenting a podcast about things that don't exist?
You're mean. You're mean today.
I'm sorry. I actually love doing this. I may not believe in the spooky shit, but I think we work well together, comically speaking.
Comically speaking, yeah, we do.
Okay, so, what else? Scare me. Freak my shit out.
Okay, so, as you know, I ventured out to Hackett Woods last weekend.
You did?
Yes, I told you this. You never listen.
Right, yes. You stayed at some hilariously named motel?
The Harbinger Motel.
That's it. You can't make this stuff up. Well, you can.
So I stayed there, and one night I decided to go into the woods. Now, I didn't see jack shit. There was like no moon and I only had a small flashlight. But I did record what I heard. Shall I play it?
Go nuts, buddy.
Okay, here goes. Did you hear it?
Hear what?
Exactly.
Nothing, huh?
Yeah, a big steaming pile of nada. But maybe she just doesn't want to be found, you know? What kind of ghost is like, oh, hell yeah, bring me the mic, this is my moment. Maybe she knows exactly how to hide from those she doesn't want to see her.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe your mom should have let you go to summer camp. Then at least you'd recognize when a ghost story is just a story.
So that's it. That's all I got.
For real? No, like, photos or anything?
Nope.
Dang it, I was this close to believing.
For real?
Psych, nah, sorry, it just sounds like a freak accident to me. Pun not intended.
Okay, well, that's us. The Hag of Hackett's Quarry. Bizarre, but not bona fide. Not yet, anyway.
Wait, what do you mean, not yet?
I don't know. I just have a feeling. I feel like we're not done here.
I'm done here.
Thanks for listening, bona fiders.
What was that?
New pet name? For our listeners? Bona fiders? I just thought I'd try it out. Thoughts? Okay, back to the drawing board.
I think that's for the best.
See you next time, folks.
Peace out.
Okay, so that's basically it for all the recordings. They were so close to cracking the case, but not. Like, Anton just doesn't believe that shit. I'm gonna shut